Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we are just tearing into a stack of source materials that honestly, it redefines what it means to start a business in 2024.
It really does.
The core insight is that the old barriers to entry, they're just collapsing. We're talking about the capital you need, the technical skill.
All of it. It's all changing as long as you're willing to embrace this, this AI revolution. We're looking at these incredibly powerful, high-level AI tools that are now either completely free or, surprisingly low cost.
Exactly.
So our mission today is synthesis. We're not just going to list a bunch of apps. We pulled together practical hacks, tool recommendations, and the actual business blueprints people are using right now to generate passive income.
So we need to filter out the noise.
Yeah, filter the noise and give you, the listener, a clear, efficient path forward, whether you're into e-commerce, automated content, or, digital products.
Okay, so we'll start by building your essential free AI toolkit, the best LLMs for research and writing. Then we'll dive into mastering design and video with some really smart Canva and CapCut hacks.
And finally, we're going deep on the 3 most profitable, often hyper-niche business models. And we'll finish with the strategic mindset that really it's what guarantees success in this new landscape.
All right, let's start with the foundation, research and writing.
Okay, so every successful side hustle starts with a great idea, right? And that requires great research.
Of course.
And if you're looking for a free research powerhouse, our sources point straight to DeepSeek's DeepThink.
This is one of those tools that kind of flies under the radar a bit compared to, say, the industry giants. It's a completely free, open source LLM chatbot.
Which gives it a huge advantage over the free versions of ChatGPT, which are constantly capping your usage of their advanced models like GPT-4.
Right.
DeepSeek's standout feature is this thing they call DeepThink. When you pair that with its search function, you can literally direct the AI to conduct these enormous, sophisticated deep dives into any topic you need.
So you're talking about identifying trends, analyzing competitors, generating market reports.
Exactly. It's like having a paid intelligence analyst in your pocket for 0 cost. It's incredible.
Wait, okay. If a tool is this powerful and it's completely free, what's the trade-off? The sources mentioned a pretty crucial caveat. DeepSeek is based in China. So are we talking about a data privacy concern here? I mean, should this only be used for surface-level research?
That's a totally valid question. And yeah, because the company's in China, your data is stored on Chinese servers. But, and this is key, the sources highlight the solution that's built right in.
It is.
DeepSeek is open source. You can just download specific versions from GitHub and run them on your own machine.
So you maintain total control over your personal data.
Exactly. You're not relying on some external server. That flexibility is, it's a defining feature of the whole open source movement.
Okay, that makes the trade-off feel a lot more manageable. Now let's move from research to rating. If DeepSeek is the research champion, Claude is almost always cited as the winner for content that needs to sound, well, human. Why is that?
It all comes down to the training. It's the methodology. Most LLMs, DeepSeek and ChatGPT included, they're trained using human-reinforced feedback. So they learn based on our preferences.
Okay.
Claude, however, was developed using a process called constitutional AI.
That sounds incredibly formal. What does that actually mean for, the average person just trying to write some engaging copy?
It means the AI is trained with a set of internal rules that prioritize honesty, helpfulness, and harmlessness first, before anything else.
So the output is different.
The resulting output is consistently found to be much more empathetic, more nuanced, and just. Less robotic than its competitors. If your side hustle relies on, say, engaging blog posts or sales copy that needs to connect on an emotional level, Claude is the one.
Okay, but let's not forget the big one, ChatGPT. The free tier might not give you access to all the newest models, but it still has some amazing utility that used to require paid apps.
Oh, for sure. Like, for instance, the free version can now quickly upscale low-resolution images to 4K for free.
Which is huge. Before, you were paying for specialized software for that.
Exactly. That functionality is now just a free utility.
Right.
And it's still, the gold standard for foundational text work, creating initial script drafts, editing fun fact lists, generating clever quiz questions, all the stuff that feeds into those viral content models we'll talk about later.
Right. So now that we've automated the thinking and the writing, we need to automate the visuals. For anyone making money with e-commerce or video, Canva AI has just become this essential graphics and video hub.
Canva's free tier is. It's just unbelievably generous with AI features. You get their own AI art generator, 25 free images a month, but they also integrate DALL-E.
From OpenAI.
Yep. And you get another 25 free images a month from that. So you're looking at 50 free, high-quality images ready for your products or social media. That's a massive leap forward.
And it handles video scripting for YouTube Shorts and Reels. But speaking of e-commerce, the sources detailed one really crucial, simple hack. It's what differentiates a professional product from a total flop.
The DPI issue.
Exactly. Print on demand requires 300 DPI resolution, but Canva saves your files at a low 96 DPI.
And that low resolution means you get a blurry print on a t-shirt or a mug. It looks terrible.
So what's the workaround?
It's so smart. You just increase your original canvas size by precisely 3.125 times. So if you're designing for a 2-inch print area, you expand your canvas to 6.25 inches.
And when the print company gets that file and scales it back down?
It compresses the data and results in a beautiful, crisp 300 DPI print. That one little trick is the difference between a refund request and a repeat customer.
And speaking of optimizing that process, maybe the most disruptive tool in this whole free toolkit is Gemini Live,
Google's AI,
which was recently made free.
This is truly the real-time AI coach concept. The workflow is brilliant. If you're stuck trying to figure out how to do something in a new app like Shopify or CapCut, you just open the Gemini app.
On your phone?
Yep. Hold your phone camera up to your computer screen and ask Gemini Live exactly what you want to do.
So instead of wasting 20 minutes on YouTube trying to find a tutorial for, like, how do I add a text box in Canva?
The AI just instantly analyzes your screen and walks you through it, verbally and visually. It's personalized, instantaneous tech support that just demolishes the learning curve.
That is a game changer.
Absolutely. Then moving into video automation, CapCut is the go-to free video editor. And its standout feature isn't really the editing suite itself. It's
captions.
It's the surprisingly sophisticated AI caption tool. For anyone running those faceless video channels, which we'll get to, manually creating those stylized captions used to be a huge time sink.
Hours and hours.
And now CapCut just automates it. That frees you up to spend time on content ideas instead of tedious production chores.
And for audio.
For high-quality audio, 11 Labs has a free monthly plan. 10 minutes of audio, which is more than enough to generate professional AI voiceovers for faceless videos. And it gives you much more control over, inflection and pronunciation.
Right. And then finally, we're seeing this kind of hybrid approach to video. You don't always need the super high-end tools like Runway.
Not at all. People are using low-cost or even open-source animation tools like Kling and Helio to animate simple still images. Think historical scenes, mythical settings, things like that.
For those quick viral TikTok montages.
Exactly. It shows you that you can invest money for speed, sure, but you can achieve virality with just clever use of free and low-cost tools.
Okay, so we've established the free toolkit. Now let's look at how people are turning these free resources into actual significant income. Model A is, well, it's the most controversial, but also the most high-tech.
The AI influencer. We've seen the case study of Aitana, the AI celebrity, who's reportedly earning nearly $11,000 a month.
$11,000 a month for a persona that doesn't exist. Let's talk about how this monetization funnel actually works, and maybe more importantly, what tech is required to make it all feel real.
Okay, so the creators use AI to build a really consistent, hyper-realistic following on Instagram. Then they drive that audience to exclusive paid membership sites like FanView.
Which is basically a subscription platform just for digital celebrities.
Precisely. And subscribers pay around $15 a month.
And the tools to create this are getting, shockingly accessible.
Very. The sources detail using Stable Diffusion XL, usually through a user-friendly version called Focus, for the photorealistic portraits. And for video, they're using open-source deepfake tools.
Like Roop Unleashed or Face Fusion?
Exactly, to generate these incredibly realistic deepfake videos.
But what's the next level tech? What convinces someone to pay $15 a month for this?
It's the personalization. FanView has a built-in AI chatbot and a voice AI bot that can clone the influencer's voice. This lets the digital celebrity leave followers highly personalized voice messages, interact one-on-one.
Wow.
That interaction to the consumer feels genuinely real. And that's the psychological trend that justifies the recurring cost for something that, isn't real.
That is an unsettling level of personalization. Okay, moving on to Model B. The tech is way less controversial, but the profit margins are excellent. Strategic print on demand or POD?
Yeah, we're talking 60+% profit margins on mugs, which can cost as low as $3.39 wholesale. and up to 40+% on things like customized candles.
And this model relies entirely on AI for the idea generation, not just the design.
Totally. You use an LLM like ChatGPT or Gemini to identify clever product ideas that are already working. The example was a shirt with a double meaning, like playing with blocks, referring to a car engine. The AI finds that existing success.
And then you apply the genius cross-idea formula. You take that successful style or slogan and just combine it with a completely separate niche.
That's it. If the engine slogan sells well in the auto niche, you tell the AI to translate that structure to, say, the golf niche or the coffee niche. This strategy lets you fill a brand new microgap in the market that the AI hasn't spotted on its own.
So you find success where the huge POD shops just aren't looking. Okay, our final blueprint, Model C, is automated content and quizzes. This covers how these simple visual games you can make in Canva, like Choose Your Gift or This or That videos, can go incredibly viral.
Yeah, these pick one videos take almost no technical skill, but new accounts can see instant hits. One simple video from the courses got 145,000 views.
Which could translate to over $100 through something like the TikTok creativity ad program.
And that's just one video. Then you have niche activity books, hidden picture books, dot-to-dots, word searches, all created almost entirely with free AI tools.
So you use Canva's image generator and then just their simple shape tools to add the dots and lines.
And you sell them through Amazon KDP. An estimator showed one hidden picture book earning over $11,000 a month.
Wow.
And finally, the explosion of AI podcast channels. New channels are seeing this explosive growth by focusing on hyper-niche topics. The example was relaxing Bible facts archaeology.
A very specific niche.
Very. And one channel wrapped up 20 million long-form views in just 5 months. Estimated earnings up to $160,000. The AI handles the script and the audio, freeing the human to focus purely on finding that untapped market gap.
Okay, so we've seen the incredible free tools, we've seen the profitable blueprints, but as you mentioned, success still really boils down to strategy, not just execution. The #1 AI-proof skill seems to be opportunity identification.
This is the critical separation. It's the key. AI is brilliant at analytical intelligence, remixing what already exists, refining designs, solving problems with available data. But AI completely fails at spotting what's missing. It can't tell you what doesn't exist yet, only what should exist based on existing patterns.
So the strategy is to find those niches where you, the human, have an unfair advantage. Maybe it's specialized merch for a rare dog breed or just better, less boring tutorial videos for some specific software.
And crucially, the sources warn against being a copycat store. Unoriginal designs are basically obsolete now because AI can replicate them perfectly. They fail because they don't fill a real market gap.
The sources also point to this fundamental shift in mindset for passive income success. And it's all about reinvesting money to buy back your time.
Yes.
What does that look like in practice?
It means making a calculated trade-off. So instead of spending 2 hours packing and shipping a custom t-shirt yourself, you pay the print-on-demand app an extra $5 or $6 to handle all of that fulfillment.
And the time you bought back.
Those 2 hours. You can now spend that creating 10 new high-value designs or scripting a new viral video. The return on investment on that $5 or $6 is immense because your most precious resource isn't capital anymore, it's creative time.
And this strategy of buying time also applies to content creation, right? The long-term stuff.
It does. Focus on the boring basics. Evergreen tutorial videos on fundamental topics like how to set up a Shopify store or use a specific Canva tool. Chasing trends gives you a quick spike, maybe, but these fundamental knowledge videos continuously attract new viewers. They provide consistent passive income for years.
We also have to touch on the psychology of pricing. You can't just undercut yourself because the design was made for free. We need to remember the price-quality heuristic.
Right, that heuristic that tells us customers just assume a higher-priced product is a higher-quality product. So don't be afraid to price your AI-designed mug higher than the basic competition.
And this ties into the strategy of price anchoring.
Yep, where you display options at low, medium, and high price points.
Because most people will just default to the middle option.
They almost always do. So by optimizing that mid-tier pricing, you maximize your profit margins while also reassuring the customer of the perceived value. It's a win-win.
Okay, finally, let's just wrap up with the setup logistics. Shopify is still the recommended choice for store hosting, especially with that really low barrier to entry, the $1 a month for 3 months deal.
And for a clever financial hack, use credit cards with good rewards, like an Amex Platinum. You pay the wholesale costs of POD fulfillment up front with the card, which leverages your cash flow while you wait for the customer's payment to clear.
So you're turning necessary business expenses into passive rewards, like free flights.
Exactly. While funding your inventory. And when you choose fulfillment partners, you have to think about this trade-off. Margin versus consistency.
Printify versus Printful.
Right. Printify is generally cheaper, so you maximize your profit margin. But the trade-off is you might get variability in print quality because they use a bunch of different third-party print shops.
And Printful.
Printful offers way more consistency and convenience because you're buying directly from one unified company. But you do pay a slight premium for that. So you have to choose. Do you want maximum immediate margin or long-term brand reputation?
So what does this all boil down to? It seems like we've confirmed that the age of the expensive startup is, well, it's over. The tech to automate creative and high-level analytical tasks is now free.
The real barrier isn't the tech or the money anymore.
It's something else.
The ultimate bottleneck is now the human ability to identify unique market opportunities. The AI handles the how, the creation, the execution. But the entrepreneur has to master the opportunity itself.
And that leads to a pretty provocative final thought for you to explore. If AI has made sophisticated creative execution basically free, and it's fueling these highly lucrative businesses built on digital repetition, what existing industry or white-collar job is currently most vulnerable because its success still relies purely on the manual repetition of creative, non-strategic tasks?
What new market gap will appear when that role vanishes?
We'll leave you to dive deeper into that. Thanks for joining us for the deep dive.